I'm really curious about that. Now, this laptop is really crappy and I want to deliver a high quality video to you, so the stuff that you'll see while I'm talking will be recorded on my main PC. We can start with broad general fixes and then gradually dive deeper into the specific settings. The reason that I'm starting with broad general fixes is because if you can't run your stream, is that it's more likely that your problem isn't in the settings, but that it's something Windows, game or overlay related. We'll get into that. Tip number 1, hit the like button to boost my video in the YouTube algorithm. It really helps, so I would appreciate it. This video is sponsored by Own.tv. They have a big webshop for stream graphics and they have a lot of designs in many different themes. Once you go to their website, you can browse through a bunch of options, preview, buying an overlay. Chances are that it will look very cheap and not appealing. So if paying for a high quality custom design is something you can't afford, your PC can't handle it, and you're using Streamlabs OBS, if you're having good choice. But for real now, the first step is one of the most important ones. If you're having trouble streaming because your PC can't handle it and you're using Streamlabs OBS, then stop using Streamlabs OBS and use OBS Studio instead. I know for a fact that many of my viewers use Streamlabs OBS and it's understandable. It looks like an updated version of OBS Studio, right? And it's easier for beginners to add labels and alerts and all that stuff all within the program. But Streamlabs OBS is also harder for your PC to run compared to OBS Studio. Many people who make the switch can actually see a pretty big difference in PC performance. So if you're one of the people who will have to make the switch, then don't worry, because later in this video we will go over the settings that you need in OBS Studio. And if you're worried about redoing your whole overlay setup, don't be, because you can easily transfer your overlay setup from Streamlabs OBS to OBS Studio by launching OBS and going to Scene Collection, Import, and then importing those scene collections. They will all be added to OBS and you can check them out one by one and then either remove it if you don't need it or rename it if it was one of your main scene collections. You're welcome. And if you're worried about anything OBS Studio related, because you'll maybe have to make the switch, or if you have any questions about OBS Studio, you can go to my OBS Studio Master Course playlist, and that playlist contains a bunch of videos all about OBS Studio, about setting it up, changing things, improving it. You can go there if you have any questions, or you can also join my Discord, because there people are all helping each other. It's full of people who are streaming, who are trying to stream, who already stream for a long time, and everyone just answers each other's questions. The link to my Discord is also in my description. Tip number 2, now that you've probably chosen to use OBS Studio, or if you're already using it, always run it as administrator. You can go to the properties, click on advanced, and then enable run as administrator right here, so then it will automatically launch as admin every time you start it. And with this tip I will probably lose 30% of my viewers, because this is a real hack. It will literally completely fix performance issues for some people. But the next tip will improve your stability even more, so please keep watching. Okay, so why does running OBS as administrator help so much? It's pretty simple, let me explain you. Usually when you're gaming, Windows will set your game as the absolute first priority over all your other programs, like your browser for example, because you don't need your browser while gaming, right? However, it will also prioritize your game over your streaming program, and that's where we have an issue, because only after giving your game all the processing power it desires, then OBS and your other programs will get what's left over, and that's a real problem. But when you launch OBS Studio as administrator, then Windows will prioritize OBS over your game, or at least put them on the same level, instead of allowing your game to take all the resources it desires and then giving the leftovers to OBS. By the way, props to Harris Heller for this tip, because I didn't know this and it actually helped.
Temu is beating AliExpress and Wish.com, and according to Google Trends, it's not even close.
The first gadget is something you might have seen on social media before, because this UFO drone has been all over my feed. The price of this was $6.47, so the way this works